Let me give you something that we did recently for the Champions Trophy in Dubai. So Red Label came to us and they said that, listen, we want to look at chai as the connector between all countries, right? So it was an India-Pakistan match and they didn't want to say that, listen, you need to be divided. We are saying that, listen, you might disagree on multiple things, but chai is one thing that this community agrees. The first thing is content and context, right? So the content and context comes through where, what is the narrative that you want to say. So Red Label will say, release an ad which says that, hey, it's cricket and it's India, Pakistan, come together, let's do it. Now you see anybody and everybody who understands or likes chai will get aware about it for sure. But what will make it relevant, right? So that's C is content and context. R is relevance, is where these creators and influencers come through. Now what happens is today we're discussing chai, but I cannot use Sachin Tendulkar as a relatable element. I will use Varun Chakravorty as a relatable element because he's really having a go at what is happening. That is my relevance piece, correct? So that is your art that kind of comes in. I might use the Sachin for the larger ad, but I use Varun for relevance. And then A is amplification, right? So wherein what you do here is, can I build something that is replicable? So for example, what we did was there was a chai and we did a chai with two handles, right? Now, if you have two people holding it, it looks like a cup, but it's also a cup of chai, right? So that's where amplification kind of comes in. So that's A. And then P is ensuring that that narrative is scaled up to a massive level, wherein that initial thought that you had was that chai is one thing that brings you together. So we call this strategy CRAP, right? CRAP, which basically uses this entire piece of building the main messaging, building alliances and references through people that you relate to it, amplifying it, and then pulling that story back in. So hence the Red Label example, right? So you came in with that unit. They did not want to spend to create a big ad, but they wanted to build in relevant pieces. So what you go ahead and do is, where can I find Indian and Pakistani creators and influencers who are used to creating content about each other's countries, right? And who consume cricket, who do talk about cinema, who do talk about, people coming together because they're living on a neutral land any which way. And then you get them to build that conversation. So that is your mid-level influencers, but there will be 5 of them. Then you got 200 such people who are lower to bring in the mass. So as a user, I'm on my phone, I see one big creator doing this, but suddenly I'm seeing 30 other creators doing it, right? So it increases my OTS.